Wait! Don't trash that used or broken computer, monitor, or TV. Do the right thing. Recycle your unwanted or non-working electronics for free. You can recycle computers, monitors, and televisions with eCycle Washington. Households, small businesses, public schools, and other organizations may drop off unwanted TVs, computers, and monitors at over 300 locations in Washington state for free. Find the location nearest you at eCycleWashington.org and click on Where Can I Recycle? That's eCycleWashington.org.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. All right, you're not going to like this because, you get bored. New study says when you get bored, you do stupid things. Like, you spend money on things you don't need. Overspend, as a matter of fact, about 8 times a month for a total of $315, which means $4,000 a year. You're doing it because you're just bored.
Never do that.
Yeah.
I never sit on the couch
yeah.
and realize, damn it, why does this accept PayPal? I don't even have to get up off the couch and get my credit card.
Seriously.
Yeah. I've got a big financial decision coming up because a board game is on Kickstarter, and it's a really hefty price than the average board game.
More than 3 digits?
No.
Okay.
But normally I go up, very rarely do I do a Kickstarter that's like in the 3 digits. High 2 digits. Every once in a while, maybe up to $150, but that's about as far as I go.
So this is more than $150.
This is more than $150, and so a lot of us are going back and forth. Is the board game worth it? Should we do it?
Wait, is that the minimum? To Kickstarter? Oh, because you're buying the game. This is a super deluxe version. Like, I could get the game for $70, but the super deluxe version is ridiculous.
This is the boring version.
Yeah,
right.
And so
someone's going to come over like, what? This is just the commoner's version.
Exactly. Yeah, and so, but it's more than I've ever paid for a game on Kickstarter, like one game. So I think, I must have a problem, right? And then, no doubt about it, it's an overspend. I don't need this. I could get the regular version, but I really want to overspend.
And I love it because I have one Kickstarter version of a game that I barely play, but it's the blinged out version.
I want it so
exactly.
badly.
And BJ is so jealous of this game that it's not necessarily collecting dust.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Hate that.
So you think 300's a lot? Last month I bought 4 boxes of Ultimate Masters Magic the Gathering at full price.
Oh,
that's like $1,200 right there at least.
Yeah. That's big money right there. But I get it. You know what I mean? You're a crazy person. I did that with comic books. I wanted every issue of a particular book, went out and spent ridiculous money on that. And, I get it, man. I don't even have that anymore. I don't even know if I sold them for what I paid for it. I'm an idiot. But the number one thing we do to blow our money, making bad financial decisions, and they call it a bad financial decision, but I think it's just it's the cost of people just living their lives the way they live their lives, and that is getting takeout or delivery instead of cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't even want to do the math. I don't want to do the math on how much I spend a month. It's not like a ton, but it's enough for me to re-question eating takeout, and I don't want to stop eating takeout.
I think of The Big Bang Theory because that show is the 11th season and final season. Yep. But I thought it was odd when I first watched that show all those years ago. It's like all they do is get takeout. I thought this is so interesting, and it made me wonder, is that what young people are doing? Because, I'm not the age group of the Big Bang Theory cast, especially when they started out. They were supposed to be just out of college and just working. And they never cooked for themselves. They always were just getting takeout, eating on the couch. And as it turns out, that is a lifestyle for so many people now. And that's the number one thing that people blow their money on.
I'm trying to think of, dude, it's probably a couple $100 sometimes.
Yeah, but it's so good, isn't it?
Well, and usually it lasts, it's like between $30 and $40 if you're doing a takeout, at least for me when I go to the Thai places. But I did it this week. I didn't want to defrost chicken, so I got Thai.
Yeah.
It was just I'm too lazy to do this. I really want Thai. Here's a great excuse.
Well, because for us, it's a slippery slope. If it's sushi, then it gets a little expensive because that's that's more than $30-$40 that something else would be. But like Indian or Thai or teriyaki, it's like $30 a pop every once in a while. But then, of course, we're like, let's swing by Menchie's and let's drop a ridiculous amount of money on frozen yogurt because that's stupid.
But you both work, and so that way you get to
work hard for our money, BJ.
Yeah, you
so
do.
hard for your money.
Yeah,
really
you're married to Donna Summer. Look at you. So yeah, number one, getting takeout or delivery. That's the number one way you blow your money. Number two is shopping because you're bored. Number three, I don't know if you guys, I wonder if Steve uses all these. I guess you do. Paying for subscriptions you rarely use. I mean, you subscribe to every wrestling channel there is, but I do think you use them all.
I subscribe to 3, thank you. That's not a lot.
That's a 3 wrestling channels. 3 wrestling services is a lot.
It's less than $20 a month for all of them.
All right.
So I feel like that's okay.
That's okay because it's less than $20 a month for all of them.
I got WWE Network, I got PowerSlam.tv, and then I have Defy.
I'm not too sure. Do you like wrestling?
No, I marginally like it. But, and then I have Netflix. And honestly, I'm thinking about dropping Netflix because I use that one the least.
Wow.
But I think my wife uses it a lot, so I might upset her if I drop it.
See, I have CBS's app. I only use it for one show. Now, there may be another show that's coming on that I'll like on it, but I mean, I want to support the show. But yeah, I rarely use it. The one time with the DVR messed up, and I was able to go on demand and get any show I wanted because I have the CBS app. That was actually kind of cool. I was like, oh, I forgot I got this. We don't need a DVR. We got this. So that was kind of fun. How about this? Paying bills late so you wind up getting hit with a fee.
Oh, no way.
Not anymore. That used to happen a lot back when you had to actually put it in an envelope and get a stamp. I'd always not have a stamp, so I'm like, I'll go to the store and get a stamp. Now with everything just being pulled out of your bank account, I mean, if you're late with most of your bills, you're kind of stupid.
You're only a person if you don't have enough money to pull it out of your bank account. Then you can't set that up. That's the only person living check to check. But yeah, nowadays, you're absolutely right. With all the automatic withdrawals, you should be cool.
Do you guys make it a point to have the withdrawal happen on the 1st or the 2nd or, the 15th or the 16th, just to make sure that they pull out the money while it's still fresh in your account?
Yeah, right. Yeah. I always do a day later, just in case. Yeah. I've had it once where they accidentally didn't put my check in right away, so I needed to go deposit an actual physical check. And so that's what saved me. It's like my withdrawal didn't happen until the very next day.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah, it's a beating.
Yeah, I never do it towards the end of the pay period because that's just a gamble.
Yep.
A gamble that you won't have it because you're using it.
You just never know. Right. It depends on how many T-shirts I bought that month.
Good point.
Or takeout.
Yeah.
Right.
And then finally, the fifth thing that we blow our money on is getting Ubers instead of walking.
Oh, yeah.
When I lived in Seattle, I was guilty of that.
Really?
Well, because I used to go to the rickshaw. It's only a couple blocks away, but it's uphill to get there. And you don't want to go and you're, all dressed up in makeup, get all sweaty.
Oh, I can see that.
What about going home? Do you?
Oh, no, I'd walk.
Okay.
Oh, no, she rolls. It's a hill. She can roll right down.
Just tuck and roll.
Yeah.
It's a stumbling distance home, so it was fine.
Yeah, I was happy with myself because I didn't have my car. I was in the shop. And so I had a 20-minute walk to get from one destination to another one. And I thought, I can Uber this. And I went, wait, it's going to be sunny. That's the thing with Seattle. Who wants to walk in the rain? But if it was a nicer weather, I'd walk a lot of places. I'd even walk an hour from one place to another if I had the time to do it. But this weather is just, to me, I know if you're born here, you put on your hoodie and you deal with it, but that's the reason why I don't want to ride a bike. Not that I would, but I mean, I don't want to ride a bike and I don't want to walk around because there's not enough awnings in a lot of places. And that's why the light rail thing is interesting. I hope people use it, but you have to do a lot of walking in subway cities. It takes you to certain places, but there's still a good amount of walking.
Yep.
And even in the cold, it's not like always snowing on you, so you can bundle up and still walk in cold weather. But the rainy weather is just a challenge, and I wish more and more people would put awnings on the buildings. Bellevue's done it to a lot of the new buildings they put up. Then you can at least stay dry for most of your walk.
Well, just pop in one of those buildings and steal their umbrella. They always have those, at the hotels.
You're right, they do. They do. Yeah. And then
on your way back, you pop it back in.
Oh, yeah, I guess you could do that. All right.
You could return it.
Yeah, they don't monitor that? Because I've seen the umbrellas, and I thought, how do they know if I'm...
I don't know.
They've done that, huh?
I've never read a news story where a man was arrested for taking an umbrella out of a hotel or a building.
I'm always afraid to try that, because I see them, I go, gosh, I could really use that today. Wow.
One person says I spend about $600 a month on takeout.
Yeah. Whoa.
I used to be a chef, and now I don't like to cook for a living. He says I don't like cooking. I love cooking, but I don't want to cook at home when I'm cooking all the time, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a frozen dinner guy for that reason.
You were once a chef?
I was once a chef, and now I'm a frozen dinner guy. Well, somebody wanted me to go on this weight loss program, and they said, you got to cook. And I'm like, well, dude, I'm out. Because I not only do I not know how to cook that well, I mean, I've never really learned because Kathy does all the cooking, but I don't want to because it's at the end of the night. You've worked a busy day, and I see why people want to do takeout. Who the hell wants to get in front of a stove after you've worked your 9 to 5 or longer?
Oh, yeah. It's like you just want to prep it all. And yeah, I'm with you, man. Although I don't like really having those frozen dinners, those microwavable frozen dinners.
I'll tell you, I do the Evols.
I don't even know what the hell that means.
Which is love spelled backwards. Pretty clever. Yeah. Wow. Did you just throw your pen in disgust at the whole concept?
It was my paper clip.
Okay. Wow, the look you just gave me was such disdain. It's a good company that makes good food, and that's why they call it love backwards, because they put good ingredients in their food. Evolve.
I can't help it. I just every time I say it.
They sell them at the QFC and every place else.
Pretentious.
Yeah.
Evolve. And the E's, and they spell it backwards. Like it's literally backwards. If you put it in the mirror, it would say love. So the E's even backwards.
Evolve.
Healthy
new ways to love us.
Yeah, because they got good food for
bringing down the broken food system one bite at a time.
Evolve.
And then they got a picture of a man with dirty hands holding a piece of corn.
Yeah. That looks very phallic to me.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Actually, it does.
Yeah. That's not evoking an image of good food. Well, it depends.
And then there's a picture of a rooster.
Yeah, they're trying to make it. They were all healthy stuff. So at least
roosters are healthy.
Yeah, I mean the trouble with frozen
dinners, holding something phallic, and then underneath it's a rooster.
Yeah,
what are they trying to do, man? They're trying to brainwash you. They're loving dong.
They got love in there. I mean, you need a rooster to have some love, girl.
Evolve.
Yeah,
it's good.
It's for frozen dinners. It's good. I mean, at frozen dinners are frozen dinners, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they got stuff. They got all sorts of stuff.
That sriracha chicken.
That's what it's all about. Yeah.
Vicky's sold now.
Yeah.
Spicy chicken.
And they're approved by my doctor.
Vegetable enchiladas.
They're approved by my doctor. My doctor's like, all right, if you don't cook, this is probably some of the best stuff you can put in your body considering. So I wanted to do food services. Everybody's so high in sodium. Nobody, I don't know how these companies realize that they just throw so much salt in there. And I'm high blood pressure, boy, so I can't have any of these services because there's just too much salt in all of their stuff they want to deliver.
High blood pressure, boy.
That's me.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right. So using your phone at dinner used to be really a faux pas. A lot of people didn't like it. Okay. I would say definitely my generation would think you're rude, Steve. I think for the most part, your generation, Generation X thinks it's rude.
I mean, I think it's gotten to the point now where people stop being upset about it. There was a period of time where you would catch a massive amount of crap if we were all out and somebody pulled out their phone.
Yeah.
Because it feels like it's an insult. Like, what? This dinner experience is not enough for you? You need to go play on your phone, Vicky?
Yes.
She's on it right. She's literally on it right now.
I know.
Yep.
I mean, she's got so many screens in front of her. She is the screen generation, multi-screen girl.
And I'm feeling kind of weird because I forgot my iPad.
Yeah, I know. She usually has 3 screens, the computer screen, the iPad, and the phone. And it's so bizarre. Yeah, Vicky is the stereotypical millennial on the phone in any situation. And it bothers me because when I'm with somebody, look, we all have our phones. We pull them out for certain reasons. But Vicky definitely is that person that's really on her phone. And we're still split on this, though. It's now finally in the favor of what you said, Steve. About 58% of us say, okay, sure, it's all right if you pull your phone out. But still, a lot of us are like, no, it's rude. Don't do it.
I just hope you don't play on your phone. You know what I mean? If you get on your phone to quickly text somebody, that's fine. But if you're just going to spend the entire time we're all at dinner on your phone playing, or I don't even know what, Facebooking or going on Twitter, like, what are you doing? Okay, Vicky, you might be a good person to ask.
Oh, I know exactly what Vicky's doing.
What are you doing at dinner in the instances where you're on your phone the whole time? I understand answering an email or answering a text, but those times where you're just on your phone the entire time, you're clearly not texting someone.
I know what she's doing.
What are you doing? I'm usually, messaging certain dudes like, hey,
you send stuff up?
No, that's not what you're doing.
You're out there throwing out lines?
That's one of the things. I do multiple things.
Yeah, I know what you're really doing. Even though, you think you're Miss Hottie, but most of the time, she's just playing a game.
Sometimes.
She's trying to collect all her coins or whatever the hell she's doing with the latest game she's in.
I deleted a bunch of the ones that I've been addicted to paying money for.
Yeah.
Because I had a problem. I really did. Yeah. So now I'm playing the Angry Birds one. was it the AB match?
Yeah, see, she's doing that right now. Can I get paid to play games?
2011, all of a sudden, you're playing Angry Birds?
It's not like
they're back, Steve, and they're different.
So my nieces made me watch the movie because I heard the Angry Birds movie was awful.
Why did you ask
and
this
I
question,
actually
Steve?
really liked the movie. It was cute.
I never wanted to hear the
Jason
answer.
Sudeikis was the Angry Bird. It was cute. And so this one's more like the matchy one. It's not the throwing one. It's you match the little guys, and then you're trying to get a little disco party with the birds.
Oh,
okay.
That looks like fun.
Yeah.
Don't get down that rabbit hole, Steve.
Thank you.
Don't do it.
Well, I did like Angry Birds. So, I mean, they kind of freshened it up.
You started off making fun of her. Now you're on her team. It's not acceptable to be playing games with while you have people at the table when you're supposed to be socializing.
Maybe she's on Evolve, trying to, what is it? Evolve.
She's trying to evolve?
Trying to get some food.
Yeah. Now, how about this? How about answering a phone call during dinner? What do you think about that?
I think if
it's important.
If it's important, you have to step away.
Then you got to pull I have to answer this card.
Yeah.
And you point at your phone because that makes it serious.
Yeah.
I would just say, excuse me, and then walk out.
I agree with
genuine.
you. I agree with you. Yeah, you step away, but still, a majority of us do not like it. Even though I think you guys are right. Who calls anybody anymore? Right. It must be an emergency if you're getting a phone call. Unless you've just got some idiot friends, and I've schooled them enough that nobody calls me anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if someone's calling me, I'm typically thinking something weird's going on.
Yeah.
Unless it's Munson and he's FaceTiming, then I know he's on the crapper.
Oh, yeah, you've got that friend. Luckily, I don't have a friend like Munson that wants to show me like bowel movements and fun time on the toilet.
I think you'd be lucky if you did have a friend like Munson.
You think so?
Yep. Life would be more charming.
Oh, charming is what you're calling Munson now, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I met Munson's. Is he married now?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I thought. I knew. I met the woman as the bride to be,
Mrs. Munson.
Yeah, Mrs. Munson, and she's a sweetheart. Which is again, I have to check her to see perhaps if there was any brain trauma. I don't understand how they're together. Because I met Munson.
Munson's awesome.
Munson's awesome. It's he's Munson.
Yeah. And that's what makes him awesome.
He's Toilet Boy, and then he's
not calling his. Oh, maybe he is. I don't know.
Yeah, his wife is like a delightful person, and then he's the guy sending pictures of what he's doing on the toilet. It's just
opposites attract.
They do, don't they? Yeah, they do. How about this? How about texting during dinner? Is that okay?
Something you say, yeah, that's fine. As long as you're not as long as you're not texting the entire time.
Steve, you seem to be just irritated with the whole idea of being at dinner with anybody. How's just being at dinner with people?
Well,
Steve?
no, I just know how it is now. I mean, you got to make the adjustments. You can't. I mean, you get all worked up about this stuff, but people are going to do it regardless. I just hope that someone's not going to spend the entire time texting somebody. If you have to answer a question because someone's like, "Hey, what time are you coming tomorrow?"
Yeah,
then go ahead, text all you want. But if you're just going back and forth with a thread, then you're kind of an idiot.
Yeah, for me, it's I kind of check out the table first. If everyone has their phones on their table, that means I can too. If nobody does, I put my phone away. But I have a girlfriend, we go out to dinner, lunch all the time, and we both know it's totally cool. We'll text and do whatever the hell we want on our phone. Sometimes we just want the company. We don't necessarily have to sit here and talk the entire time.
I will tell you this: if that's the case, the girls are finding out what us guys have always been about. We never really talk a lot. It's just to have that person in the same room with you.
Right.
We could game together, do stuff together. We don't have to have much of a conversation. And it seems like more and more women are okay with that now that they have phones. So they don't, and maybe that's where the social interaction is being fed. I don't know, because guys don't have to say anything. If you're playing a video game or even if you're in the same room, he's doing one thing, you're doing another thing. You still feel like you're in your tribe. It's different than being
watching
alone.
Sports is fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe you say 4 or 5 things in an hour, and it's mostly just grunts, or do you want another beer?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and it gives guys a chance also to talk, just go, I'll tell you that, Brady. You know what I mean? You don't have to know anything with sports. You really don't. You have a couple of key phrases. That Brady's a cheater, and you're in. You're covered for the entire Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
DJ, we're watching a hockey game. This has nothing to do with it.
That Brady's a cheater. I can't believe all those goals he scored. Yeah. Deflated puck, Steve. That's what it's all about. All right, I have a question since you're talking about Super Bowls. What do you think is the most common food at Super Bowl parties? Well, I'm going to give you the answer. You just got to wait till 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Well, when it comes to Super Bowl food, Steve, you are going to be disappointed, apparently.
Why is that?
You and a lot of Americans, man. because they did a survey of 3,000 people, found the number one thing that we want to eat at the Super Bowl, and it's your number one thing.
Chicken wings.
That's it.
Yeah.
That is the number one thing we want to eat at the Super Bowl.
You have a terrible Super Bowl party if you do not have chicken wings.
Yeah. Truth.
But unfortunately, if there are people looking at this other survey,
even if it's a vegan party, you still have a terrible Super Bowl party. You got to get some of those fake chicken wings then.
Yeah, you got to get something that's involved wings of a chicken.
Yes.
New survey looked into the most common foods served at Super Bowl parties. So if all of us want wings, why isn't that the number one thing that is the most common thing served? It's not. Chips and dips, number one. There you go, chips and dips.
Yeah. That makes sense because a lot of times, like, the wing places are super backed up and you have to get there really early to order them. So, so you have to plan a lot ahead. I would imagine that a lot of people just don't want to deal with the headache.
I do think that, Steve, weren't you with like a little last minute situation? Wasn't it a tough one last party we had? Yours?
Oh, bro, that was almost a meltdown at the wing place because I put my order in early, like days in advance. So I ordered them in advance, and you set up a time to pick them up. So I picked my plan was I'm picking them up about an hour before the party.
Yeah,
because I figure, okay, I'll get them. They'll be sitting out for a little bit, but no one's going to be upset. They'll probably be they'll be lukewarm by the time people come to the party. Well, that window of time passed, and it was during the national anthem of that game. Luckily, I mean, I lived close enough where I was going to be able to get home in time. And I think I missed the kickoff, and that was about it. But I'm just sitting there, and I'm watching national anthem, waiting for the anthem to be done so I could then ask maybe not so polite, but where the hell are my chicken wings?
That's right.
I was supposed to get them an hour ago. And they made good. They gave us some extras and stuff like that. But I was just like, if you create a window of time, you should at least stand by that window of time.
Yeah.
And they're like, we weren't expecting this big of a rush. I'm like, well, you had orders ahead of time, so you should know what kind of a rush you were getting.
Yeah, the walk-up rush is not my fault.
Right, they take a back door.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
a back seat.
Listen, it's got to be in the back. That's all we're saying.
Yeah, go some doors.
Yeah, so back seats, doors, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so chips and dip, man, that's the thing.
And I felt bad because remember my wife's texting me, she's like, all of your friends are here and you're not.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
But you know what? I tried my best to not, to hold court.
Oh, that was sweet of you.
That didn't work, though. Yeah. And how about number 2 on the list? Not chicken wings as the most popular food at the thing. So again, if everybody wants chicken wings, why isn't it like number 1, 2 on the list? And it's not. Pizza is actually number 2 on the list.
Because it's delivered, it's easy.
Yep.
I can't remember the last time I had pizza at a Super Bowl party because people make stuff. That's like the potluck thing is something that, is that no longer a thing? People just don't bring stuff anymore? You just go and get the wings and order out pizza?
No, I see people still showing up with the part of the crock pot or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Meatballs or whatever it may be.
That's what was always great about it is you just got great potluck. I don't remember anybody ordering out. But now, I think because chicken wings, you got like the B-dubs and, there are places where you can just get great wings. Yep. So I think people just want them at their party.
I mean, and most pizza places have wings, so you can order both.
Oh, look
Pizza
at you.
Hut.
Why not both?
Boom.
Yeah. So you got your
also
wings.
Little sandwiches. We did the party size sandwiches.
So good.
Yep.
Yeah. So wings does come in at number 3. Then you get your nachos. I guess nachos don't really count as chips. Yeah, but
somebody says spinach dip, salad, granola bars, buffalo chicken dip, and some other stuff too.
Granola bars? At a
why would you do granola bars?
I mean,
one healthy. Well, they're not even healthy. Like, there's no like.
Sometimes someone needs some extra protein, Rev.
Yeah, sure, because they just got done with a hike or something. Come on,
dip it in the buffalo dip, man.
There we go.
Is that like? I've never heard of granola bars at a Super Bowl.
That'd be hilarious if there was a tray of granola bars.
Maybe it's for the kids. I don't know.
Well, no, you don't give a granola bar. Not at Super Bowl.
The kid's going to be pissed at a granola bar.
They have all the stuff you're not supposed to have at a Super Bowl party.
Do we really want to get the kid all hypered up on a school night?
Here's our tray of Cliff Bars.
Yeah.
Feel free to have whatever one you want.
Sugar-free candy bar, kids.
Yeah. It's for the people that want to pretend they're being healthy. Like, I'm just having a granola bar. But really, it's like Rev said, it's not really that healthy. But, I mean...
And that person's shoving little Smokies in their mouth when they're not looking.
Yeah.
So I just texted Little Smokies the best.
Yeah. Cheese and crackers also on the list. Burgers or sliders, like the sandwiches.
Burgers.
Tacos, sure. Hot dogs or sausages, cookies, ice cream. Yeah, of course. I had my M&M buffet back in the day.
Ice cream at the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Like at your party? Really?
Well, with Molly Moons and those really gourmet ice creams that are out there now,
yeah,
I wouldn't say no.
Are you going to have a whole spread of it? I don't like, or is it just going to be like a bucket and you're like, hey, go ahead and grab a spoonful or something? That just seems weird.
I mean, you don't have to go gourmet. Those big buckets from when you were a kid are the best. Or if you get the little cups with the wooden spoon.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You get the mini ice creams or ice cream bars.
All right.
Yeah, that's a good call. You can't have like a giant pint just sitting out.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Oh, man. But so even though these are all the things that are most common, that I just listed you, they aren't the most favorite, which is really funny that people like food at the Super Bowl that isn't the most common food. You think these lists would be the same, and they're not. Because wings is number one. Pizza, though, that came in at number two. It's also the number two thing that's most served. And then you get the nachos,
need
potato chips,
too, if you're going to do pizza.
Breadsticks?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get you breadsticks. You're going to have them.
You don't like breadsticks?
No, I like a lot of things. It's just I love how you go, hey, we're doing a list, but you're like, hey, okay, wait a second, we're doing this list, but anybody's going to be, you better get your breadsticks with your pizza or I'm leaving your Super Bowl party.
Well, I wouldn't leave. That's really, that'd be difficult to find a new party to go to at such short notice.
Yeah.
But if you're going to order pizza, you might as well get the breadsticks too.
But I don't understand that because you've got the pizza and the sauce all together. The breadsticks, then you get them in a dip. I never understood breadsticks with pizza. I never understood
your own issue. Like if you have some kind of weird
I just never understood
understanding of it. But obviously it's popular. People buy them.
Yeah, it's more bread.
And more places to dip things into.
Everyone loves bread.
But the pizza is all the breadstick you want. It's got the sauce and the breadstick.
Sometimes you don't want the cheese.
Who doesn't want cheese?
Yeah, who doesn't want that?
Yeah, all right. I'm lactose intolerant.
Clearly. Speaking of this, by the way, guacamole, which you see commercials for all the time, wasn't on the list of the common foods at Super Bowls, but I thought it was pretty common that there's always something guac at a Super Bowl
When you get
party.
like that 7-layer dip.
I was going to say, where do you guys stand on bean dip? It's the best.
Oh, bean dip is awesome.
Yeah.
I like it.
Is it Trader Joe's? I think Trader Joe's actually makes a bean dip thing that you can buy.
I'm sure they do.
So good.
Homemade is the best, though. My girlfriend makes the best bean dip ever.
She really does. Yeah.
Have I had that? I don't think I've had it.
Probably not.
Well, what the hell?
She usually does it for our Halloween party every year, and she makes it into a little graveyard.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah,
it's adorable.
That's cool
And tasty.
I do love bean dip. Yeah, now I might have to go to one of your parties, Danny, just for that.
Somebody says we're having fried razor clams.
Ooh. Excuse me?
Ooh. Well, that's fancy.
Yeah.
Fried clams are awesome.
Ruffled chips and onion dip.
That's a classic. It really is a classic.
And it's one of those things anyone can bring a bag of chips. At my last party, we didn't even ask people to bring chips, and yet almost everybody brought at least one bag of chips.
It's an easy thing to bring.
Exactly.
But I feel like if you're bringing chips, you've got to bring a dip. Because it's the Super Bowl. It's not like
what if they're just Doritos? Doritos don't need dips.
Yeah, you don't need dip for Doritos.
No, but I mean...
Or Funyuns.
Yeah. Well, I will say this.
Ooh, dip your Funyuns.
There again, that Trader Joe's peach salsa can go on anything, even on nacho cheese Doritos.
Yeah, you've gotten that before, and it's fantastic.
Can it go on breadsticks?
Yes.
Yes, Steve.
There's a lot of things that can go on breadsticks.
You know what?
Steve.
I am going to invite you to a party, and it is going to be sans breadsticks just to see you have a meltdown.
Then I'll bring my own.
But here's some sticks I will say yes to, and actually all of us wanted Super Bowl parties, not enough of
Mozzarella.
Mozzarella. Where are the mozzarella sticks? Not easy to get.
They're not easy to make.
Yeah.
That's the big problem.
Where do you get mozz sticks where you get them to go when you think about it?
Oh, if you don't mind cooking them at home, you go to a cash and carry or restaurant supply store, they usually have the giant boxes of them.
But don't you need like a deep fryer for those for them to be any good?
For them to be awesome, yes.
You could fry them, yes.
Here's what I would do if I had to go get them. This is a nice treat. Maggiano's, if you've got one near you, the mozzarella triangles are ridiculous.
Those are really good. And then you could use them as ninja stars if you start getting annoyed with anyone in the house.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. And then you're like, if you get someone that throws one at you, you're like, I know he finds me annoying, but look at this tasty treat he threw at my face. I'll take it.
So he says, I'm making 100 lumpias.
Oh, lumpia. All right.
I don't know what those are.
It's a Filipino dish.
Oh.
It's like an egg roll.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
They're so amazing.
Also, people like the quesadillas.
Yeah.
They like those. That's jalapeno poppers and burgers. Those are the top 10 favorite foods of the Super Bowl that people love.
One texter's got a great thing. It says atomic buffalo turds. It's jalapeno stuffed with cream cheese and sausage wrapped in bacon and smoked.
Yes.
That's amazing, but you got to work on the naming there.
Well, I think that's a great name.
Yeah, it's a fun name, and it's so good. That sounds
buffalo turds.
Wow,
they remind me of, is it the Ram has the armadillo eggs?
Yeah.
With like the cream cheese, the chicken, jalapeno, and fried. Oh.
It's been so long since I've been to the Ram for that, man.
So basically anything with cheese and a little bit of spice.
Or deep fried.
Yeah, deep fried. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, don't forget the deep fry. This is America, Danny.
Damn, someone's doing a lobster boil.
Yeah.
Lobster
Can
boil.
we come to that?
Right?
Wow. Hey.
That's fancy.
It's a lot of work. We will. You know what? We're going to eat 1.4 billion chicken wings this Sunday with a B. 1.4 billion. Yeah. Steve is responsible for about 1.1 billion of those.
I read in a stat that it's something like 2,400 calories just during the game itself that you're going to consume. That's not before, that's not pre-funking, that's not after funking, that's just during the game.
You know, I'd be happy if I walk out just doing that.
Yeah, seriously, I'm with Steve on that because 2,000 calories is a daily thing. So if you really go, all right, I'm gonna feast, I fast, I'm gonna fast until the Super Bowl and eat whatever I want. If you just do 2,400 calories, you're only 400 over what you're supposed to have for the day. And I could see that happening, but I mean, I could see that being good. But the idea is, I don't think I'm going to just be at 2,400 calories.
I truly treat the Super Bowl party as a Thanksgiving. All bets are off. I am not going to just have one plate, and
there's football.
I'm going to keep eating until the party's over.
Another reason why we have to have the next day as a holiday. You know,
so we can spend the next 12 hours at the gym.
Yeah, can't they have like a Black Monday? You know, like what if we made it a shopping day so that everybody can, you know, make money and then the government gets behind anything where all of a sudden money can be made. So let's have a Black Monday.
Or like one texter said, how about having the Super Bowl on a Saturday?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
They haven't played a game in 2 weeks. It's not like as if you're giving them a short week. They have a full week of just doing stupid media stuff and then the week to prep or however they want to do it.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. I wonder why they don't. Is it because Super Sunday is a name they've had forever? Who cares?
I would imagine just tradition.
Yeah, but you're right. Saturday would be so much more convenient.
Super Bowl Saturday would be awesome.
Yeah. You know something? Why hasn't the NFL figured that out?
Chick-fil-A would be open at the stadium.
That's the other good thing. You're right, because they're not going to be open in Atlanta.
Yep.
And people are loving Chick-fil-A. Super Bowl Saturday. I love this. Look, I'll either get an extra day off or Super Bowl Saturday I'll support.
Or like I would borrow from that Univision show, Sábado Gigante.
God, dude, I was just thinking, you know what? Like, I'd be able to go hang with my wife and watch the game tomorrow like that. That'd be awesome.
See?
Yeah.
Romance.
I have to take an early flight home tomorrow so I can watch the Super Bowl because I want to make sure I don't miss it, and so I want to be in the air. And, boy, it would have been great to be able to hang with my wife and watch the Super Bowl if it was Saturday. You know what, Steve? Normally, when you speak, I really tend to tune out.
I do, too.
This might be one of the best ideas you've ever had.
That's because someone texted that idea in.
Oh.
if you know better. Well, you said I spoke, and I even started the sentence saying, hey, someone texted this idea.
Oh, I didn't even hear that.
I'm pretty sure I said that.
No, well, it doesn't mean...
In my head, I did it.
Well, again, I ignore everything you say, so
Fair enough.
I heard Super Bowl Saturday, and that perked me up.
No, it's a great idea.
Wow. We're going to drink more than 50 million cases of beer. Another reason why it should be on Saturday.
Yeah.
It's a lot of beer.
All the beer.
That's a lot of dilly-dilly, my friend.
I wonder what the flights are like on the Super Bowl.
Oh, I bet
empty rows, right?
I've been there. It's awesome during the Super Bowl. I had to fly back one time.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to be wondering how it's going to be the flight I'm taking because I bet people are doing like I'm doing. They want to get back before the game starts. I have a feeling my flight might be insane, but we'll see.
Somebody says, has there ever been a show that you guys didn't talk about food?
No.
I mean, here's why. Here's the thing. They don't call it food porn, accidentally. There's only so many things the government says we can talk about. And we can't talk about real porn in depth, but we can talk about food in depth.
Dude, how did I not think about this with the whole ice cream thing? Somebody says I did a Super Bowl Sunday party once.
Oh, Sunday. I get it.
Oh, wow. I provided ice cream. Everyone else brought toppings. It was awesome.
That is so smart.
And you just get dry ice, do like a whole table full.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Why did this blow my mind?
Yeah. You were like so pissed off
both.
about ice cream before.
Right?
And then all of a sudden they turned it because it had a great name. You're a sucker for a great name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you maybe hire Cold Stone and bring that slab and they could get all creative.
Oh, that's next level.
Dude, you know what? I know that's what you'd do if you hit the lottery. You'd be hiring Cold Stone.
I'd have my own Cold Stone slab.
I'd just go ahead and have one. Okay.
Yeah, I'd want to create my own stuff.
Yeah.
Why limit myself?
It's your money. Do what you want.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one wrong.
Old Scratch is a nickname for which biblical character?
Oh, crap. Moses?
No.
Joseph?
No.
Judah?
No.
The whale?
No. What
Jesus?
was this? No.
You know what?
Satan.
Yes, Satan.
Satan.
I don't think I knew that they used to call Satan Old Scratch. Well, you want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're going to play Beat Miggs at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How do I know if bankruptcy is going to provide me with relief? What are the steps for my situation?
There's so much information out there about bankruptcy with the internet and what people have heard from friends and other people that they've talked to about their financial issues or bankruptcy. There's also a lot of bad information out there or urban legends about bankruptcy. In order to determine whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, you need to talk to an attorney that's experienced in bankruptcy. So in order to determine whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, you should talk to an experienced bankruptcy attorney. And my job is not to convince you to file bankruptcy. My job is to help you to make that decision and have all the facts so that you can make an informed decision about whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, what benefits it's going to have for you, and what the downside of filing bankruptcy is.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com.
I'm Erin Ryan, political commentator, comedy writer, and host of Crooked Media's Hysteria.
And I'm co-host Alyssa Mastromonaco, former White House Deputy Chief of Staff for President Obama.
Each week on Hysteria, we are joined by a team of hilariously opinionated ladies to discuss the headlines from the serious to the absurd.
We cover everything from reproductive rights to rom-coms and break down the political news of the week and cultural stories that affect women's lives.
New episodes of Hysteria drop every Thursday. Listen on Odyssey, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.